So great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Very
it's such a pleasure.
So good to see you after like a year or so.
Yeah, I think last March. Last March was.
I think, last March. And last time you were visiting the indigenous communities in the Chittagong Hill Tribes.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah. And then you visited some of these schools in Rangamati and also in Khagrachari. You had a boat ride.
Bull ride, yeah.
And also handed over the boats to the students.
There was a biodiversity project in the jungle as well.
Also.
Yeah, no, it was incredible.
Yeah. And then interaction with the indigenous community.
Absolutely.
As well, right? Yeah.
And given where I'm from in Canada, which is the prairies,
Yes.
it's easier for me to walk in places like this. But it's so beautiful, and this reminds me of Canada.
Today, we are in Tano Rupuzela in Rajshahi district.
Yeah.
And we are meeting the indigenous plainland people. And the community here is known as Santal community. And you have met them.
Yeah.
You also have seen the geographical remoteness of the CHD, the struggle of the people there for their rights and identities. So based on that, can you please reflect your views, like whether the struggles of the indigenous peoples, no matter whether in plain or hills, is the same you have seen, or you have seen some variation as well?
Yeah, like, I mean, I think every community is unique, and I think that's one of the most important things in terms of when we're doing projects like we're doing in whether it's CHT or out here, is to really respond to the unique needs and concerns and desires of these communities, to make sure that we're empowering local voices to pursue a future that they want. And that was one of the first things I would ask the people here, same way I would ask in CHT is, what are you most proud of, and what are you hopeful for, and what do you dream of for the future? I think the indigenous communities here, the challenge of exclusion, we're talking about 2 places and communities, more than 2 communities in CHT as well, that are isolated and facing dramatic climate change challenges. So I think there's a uniqueness in terms of some of these issues of inclusion, in terms of historic challenges, and in terms of climate change. But I think the objectives and the aims are quite similar in terms of what we want for a better future for all our people.
So we are in the Bhim Para of Tano Rupuzela of Rajshahi district, and are meeting the Santal communities here. Let's meet a women-headed household head. Her name is Kirina Kisku, and she's only 35 years old. So let's go and meet her.
I would love to.
And then we can have more conversation.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What does she do?
She lives on sharecropping. She lost her husband 3 years back. দিদি নমস্কার, ভালো আছেন?
হ্যাঁ, ভালো আছি দিদি। আপনারা কেমন আছেন?
আমরা ভালো আছি। উনি কানাডিয়ান রাষ্ট্রদূত
Namaskar.
কিরিনা কিসকু, and she's the owner of this.
Beautiful home.
আমরা একটু ভিতরে বসে কথা বলি।
Beautiful.
দিদি, একটু আপনার পরিচয়টা বলেন এবং আপনি কি করেন একটু বলেন।
আমার নাম হলো কেরিনা কিসকু। আমার বাড়ি ভীমপাড়াতে। আমি নারী কৃষক দলের কাজ করি। আমার পরিবারে আমার স্বামী নাই, উনি মারা গেছেন। আমার সমস্যাগুলো এখন অনেকগুলো সমস্যা আছে। আদি বাড়ি চাষ করি, আবার মাঠে ঘাটেও কাজ করতে যেতে হয়। আমার 2 বাচ্চা পড়াশোনা করে, ওদের খরচও আমাকেই বহন করতে হয়।
What is the hope for your sons?
আমি আশা করছি আমার 2 ছেলেকে লেখাপড়া করাবো, এবং ওরা আমি চাই যে শিক্ষিত হতে চাই, ওদেরকে শিক্ষিত করে তুলবো, কিন্তু অতটা তো অর্থ নাই দিদি। এখন সবার তো ইচ্ছে থাকে যে আমার ছেলেগুলোকে আমি বড় করাবো, কিন্তু আমাকে মানে সাহায্য করার কেউ নাই।
I want to share with you as well. I lost my father when I was about the age of her son, and it was my mother who worked on her own, and we were from a minority community and lived in Canada. Very, our struggles are far more difficult, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the sacrifices my own mother made. I appreciate the sacrifices my mother made so much more now, and I didn't realize it at the time. And I can also say I wasn't a good student, and I know her sons will do much better than me.
Your Excellency, since you had seen the struggle of the indigenous peoples living in the hills and also in the plainlands.
Yeah.
So what do you think what we can do together to actually strengthen their livelihoods and also ensuring their rights are protected,
Yeah.
their identities are, assured?
You know, whether it was the young girls we just played football with, or the young girls we saw in the school, in the CHT. I think one of the most powerful things here is education and empowering these communities to access education, but not just education, but skills training, so that they can also build a better future, generate income for their communities, and also be able to flourish in their communities, not having to go elsewhere and have to lose their identity in the process of pursuing a better future. But I have to say, like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my mother. She had to do a lot of low-skilled work in Canada for us to survive. So I fundamentally believe that a country's prosperity is fundamentally tied to how much women and girls are included in that process.
আচ্ছা, আপনাকেও ধন্যবাদ। ঠিক আছে।
Thank you so much.
So, Your Excellency, it was so nice to have a reflection of
It was
both
such a
the
pleasure.
CHT. And I have to see you in CHT.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. And stories like this is really what makes the work we do so inspiring and motivating. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so great to be here. I just had an incredibly moving conversation with someone from the Santal community. I had a trip to Chittagong Hill Tracks in March of last year. Now coming to a different part of Bangladesh, meeting with indigenous communities, seeing some of the amazing work we're doing through core funding with UNDP to reach some of these communities that are some of the most marginalized and some of the ones facing some of the biggest challenges. But within these communities, what I see, just even based on the conversation I just had, is a tremendous sense of hope for the future, a tremendous desire for education opportunities, and to doing a lot of work to help build a better future for not just this community, but the country at large. And that's something that, as Canadians, we're always so proud to do with local communities, particularly indigenous communities like here. So I'm very much looking forward to working harder, being very much motivated by the conversations that I just had and that I've had over the last couple of days, but also over the last year, including that very moving visit to Chittagong Hill Tracks, and really seeing what we can do to empower, connect these communities, and build a better future for people in both our countries.